Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Playdates and Travels, and I'm wearing the same outfit I'm wearing in a different video, so you might recognize this look, but it's because I just filmed something else and I want to just get into this intro. I have finally put together my Christmas pin board for 2020, and I have a compilation of pins that I got from this year as well as from my previous years of pin trading. So a lot of 2018, 2019 pins in there as well, and I just love Christmas pins. I love Christmas time in general, and I love putting together a Christmas pin board. It's become like a holiday tradition at this point, and at a certain point you have to take all your holiday pins and put them on a board all on its own because it deserves of it. And I just love the season so much, and I love looking at all the festivities on a pin board. So I'm going to show you kind of what my thought process was in putting together my boards this year first, then I'm going to show you the final product with the close-up of all my pins. So if you like this type of content, please consider hitting the like button right now, and let's get into it. Thanks so much, guys. Project 1. I'm going to attempt to move all of the pins on my castle board currently onto this board so that I can use this board for my Christmas collection. It might be too small for my Christmas collection, quite honestly, but I'm going to attempt to do that to see if I can display them a little bit nicer, and if not, then I will move them to my Halloween board. But that is my idea for right now, so we're going to do that and move everything over. From this template to this one, I got everything over as planned, minus the postcard, and then this obviously would be too big to put on there, but I will put this in its case to protect this castle pin. I know it's really hard to keep that one in nice pristine condition, but now I have a blank surface to use for my Christmas pin set, so yay! Wish me luck. Okay, I just grabbed my new Christmas pins from this year and stickers and put them over here. This one's not new from this year, this is from last year, but I already had it in my Lady and the Tramp permanent collection, so I took it out to add it to the rest of my Christmas pins. And then I keep my permanent collections in this this binder. I got this from Crack and Trade. You can see the first 2/3 sections are all Christmas. I think that's it, that's Cinderella. So yeah, I have 1, 2, 3 sides to transfer over here, plus the new ones from this year. And then these are considered traders. I have these pins that I picked up from last year as well. This is an Incredibles Christmas one. This is a Frozen one that was released when Frozen 2 was released last year. I also have this one from the first Frozen 5th anniversary pin release previous year. And this is from one of the Christmas Carol mystery boxes last year. So those are all the extra pins I have, which I will add only if I have space, but I'm going to concentrate on the new ones, and then my permanent collection, see how much of that I can get on here. So let's do it. And that's it. I just finished. One thing I left off was I considered putting these Happy New Year pins on my board, but then I decided, nah, let's just keep it completely Christmas. I'll make a separate January pin board, but this is it, guys. Ooh, it's kind of heavy. I was able to fit all of my Christmas pins on this castle board. I'll give another better close-up in a second. And then what I did is I just transferred my Frozen pin collection onto this miniature board as well, and I wrapped it in holiday cookie washi tape and then Disney princesses. But you can see this is definitely a fun collection of all my pins that are Christmassy. I think Frozen goes well with that theme, so that's why that's over here. And I can't wait to give you guys a close-up of all of it. So this is my Christmas board in full, containing all of my Christmas pins, minus like 2. So I'm going to start from the top and then work my way to the bottom. And at the very top, this one and this one might be very familiar to a lot of you, but they're brand new for me. I actually traded with them earlier this year with my friend Christine from Magic Wishing Star, and these were originally Disney Store pins that were released. I wasn't pin trading or collecting at that time. I think it was 2017 that these came out. So now I finally have them, and I've wanted them for years, so I'm very excited to have them finally. And each pin actually says, if you get very close, it says "More Magical Together." The C actually has like a hidden Mickey on the text, so that is very nice that I have both the Mickey and Minnie antler reindeer versions with the star behind them, so that's pretty cool. That Mickey wreath up there is one of the Tiny Kingdom pins from last year that I got from Disneyland, and that's on here. Below that is a 2018. This is the Christmas pin that was released on Christmas Day. It says "Merry Christmas" with Mickey and Minnie holding a present, so I do have that one, as well as 2019's on here somewhere as well. But this is a newer pin as well. I just got this and this one and a couple other ones, but they are game pins from Japan. And I got them from a seller, Pins Break the Internet, earlier this year. So this one is them decorating the Christmas tree. On this side, you can see it's got, this is actually the Fab Five, and they're all in front of a bunch of presents, so that looks very fun and festive. And then below that, this is actually another new pin for me. It's a little bit older, again, but that's another one I traded with Christine for. She had a bunch of Christmas pins, and I love Christmas so much, so I was very excited to get my hands on this one. And I do like that Mickey and Minnie are actually embracing. They're holding hands in this one. They're gloved hands. This is a Happy Holidays 2019 pin that came out last year. I believe it's the Grand Californian. It's one of those spinning ornament pins. Take it out. You guys can see it does say Happy Holidays 2019. This one has Mickey and Minnie in front of the Christmas tree holding a lantern. And then if you spin it, the other side does say Disney Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. So this was part of that whole series of resort pins that was released last year. And of course, I did grab my hands on both of the California main hotels. I did not get the Paradise Pier Hotel one, but Grand Californian and Disneyland, yes. And mainly because Paradise Pier usually has Donald Duck type of things, and I'm not the biggest Donald Duck collector. Over here I have a boardwalk pin. This is from last year. This is from 2018. I happened to be in Disney World in 2018 around Christmas time. I was able to grab a couple of these. So it is a pin that includes sort of a gingerbread scene in the background, and here they're actually both eating ice cream in front of the Boardwalk Hotel. It does say Disney's Boardwalk Resort 2018, and then you have a bunch of fake snowflakes to create like a snow globe effect. That was the whole theming for that year. So I do have a number of those pins as well on this pin board. This pin right here is Winnie the Pooh holding a pot of honey with a beautiful red bow. That is one of this, usually Disney Studio Store, Hollywood comes out with these pins, and they give them to Toys for Tots. If you give a donation of a toy, they give you a pin. This year they did them all online because of the pandemic, but this is actually from last year. I did donate a toy. I was able to get this, and you guys can see it does have the ice cream logo on the back, signifying it came from Disney Studio Store, a limited edition size of 400. So small LE size, and once they ran out of these, you just stopped getting the pin, but you can still donate your toys. This year, the first people to buy the 400 pins or so that they released this year paid $15 plus shipping and everything, and then they got the pins. I was not lucky to get one of the pins, however, I found out about it too late, so it's my first year since I've been pin collecting that I don't have any, but I did buy an Aurora one with the present from this year. I haven't gotten it yet, though, in the mail, but when I get her, I'll have to add her next year because I am literally out of room. At any rate, this is this year's resort pin, speaking of which, we have these from the past couple of years, and this is the 2020 version. This is the Disneyland Hotel one that came out this year, and you can see it has a gingerbread man and ornaments and candy canes, and it does say 2020 there on top with Santa and a Mickey hat. So I do really like this design, little bow at the bottom. It looks like a little Christmas wreath. And I was able to get this version as well as the Pluto one, which is the Grand Californian, for a friend. And then my friend is sending me some of the ones from Florida, so I will have those soon as well. And again, they won't fit on this pin board, but I will have them for next year's collection. Over here I have a box lunch pin. It's Minnie Mouse wearing an ugly Christmas sweater, and I really like that pin. I got that a couple years ago from Box Lunch. This is another Christmas pin that was released, I believe last year or so in the Disney parks, and it's just Santa in front of a Christmas tree holding a bag of presents, and I love that. Over here I have a gingerbread section, but I'll start with this and then I'll get into that. This actually is one of my newest pins. It is a Small World pin. It does say 10 Small World Children Singing, because it's from that Christmas Carol 12 Days of Christmas set that came out this year. It's in the shape of a Christmas tree, so I did get the Small World one. It's very cute though, so I wanted to put it into this pin board because I really like that theming of all the kids in the world singing together. But I was saying I do have like a gingerbread section. This is raised up from that, but these are all of kind of like my treats gingerbread pins all in one section. And you guys can see that I do have quite a number of them. So starting with this one, front and center, this is the new pin that came out this year, Mickey Gingerbread. I love him with his little Santa hat, so I had to go ahead and put that on this board. Below that is the pin that was released this year that was really hard to get for a long time from Shop Disney. They just re-released it now. So I think you can get it. It does say 2020 in the candy cane. And the proceeds from this, I believe, supported... it supported charity. I'm sorry, I apologize, I don't remember which one, but so there was a purpose to getting that pin as well. But I just love it because it's got Mickey and Minnie in gingerbread form, skipping along, holding a big Mickey lollipop. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. Then I have one of the pins from a 4-pin set that was released last year, and of course I had to grab it because it was all about gingerbread, so this is the Minnie Mouse version. Then I have this big gingerbread Mickey as well that also came from that set. And you guys can see it does say Copyright Disney on the back, so these were official Disney pins released last year. Then over here I have another one of these, I have the Boardwalk pin from 2018. This is the Grand Floridian one that was released. It's from the Grand Floridian. And Mickey and Minnie are having hot cocoa, I believe. Double check on that. What are they doing? They've got their mittens out, and maybe there's not hot cocoa in here, but they are just kind of like standing in front of the Grand Floridian. But this is one of my favorite ones, and I love the Mickey and Minnie one, so I had to add that to my collection with a little snow globe effect. Then over here I have another Disney Studio Store Hollywood pin from last year. I got this one. This was like the first release, and I think this was like the second release or so. And it is of Mickey and Pluto in the train. And the train, if you look very closely, is like a gingerbread train with peppermint wheels and a little like steering section. So very cute. Below that, this is a new pin from the gingerbread cutie section that was released this year. And that is a big gingerbread man, and Chip and Dale are on either side, pouring some green icing on it. Then I have the Gingerbread House Castle that was released last year as part of this like 4-pin set. I have this Gingerbread Castle pin. This is actually my only one on here that's not a real Disney authentic pin. This is actually from a small shop, you guys can tell, because there isn't anything on the back. And I believe I got this from Grape Soda Club, but this is a beautiful pin of Mickey and Minnie down there. And they are in front of the castle, and you can see there's candy canes on either end, and this looks so stunning. I'm still really happy that I purchased this pin when I did, and it's a nice addition to my collection. But below that, I do have an official Disney pin. This was a Disneyland exclusive released in 2018. They created this beautiful gingerbread house with Mickey and Minnie, and I am so glad I got this because it is one of my favorite pins. Not only my favorite Christmas pins, but my favorite pins, period, in my whole pin collection. I just think the colors on this are stunning, and I love all the detail, and I think it's super beautiful. So you've got It's a Small World castle with the gingerbread theming, and it's just adorable. Love it. And then over here is one of my newest pins. I actually just got this from the Nightmare Before Christmas Haunted Mansion Holiday Gingerbread collection that came out of this year in Disneyland. It was an exclusive for Disneyland, and this is like countdown calendar pin that I got. Counts up to 13, so I love that. So definitely had to add that to this little pin section. So that is the majority of my gingerbread pins right there in the center. And there is a gingerbread Minnie from Minnie Mouse shop, a small shop, and I had to include that here as well. I have a Box Lunch Gus Gus pin that came out this year. He's holding a candy cane that was from Box Lunch. Right here, this is one of the 4 pins that was released from the Amazon box. That was released with Funko. And they had 4 pins in there. The quality of them is not the greatest. I almost hesitated to put them on my pin board, but I went through loops and bounds just to get this box, so I decided to add it to my collection. So that is the one of Minnie Mouse right there. There's one of Goofy right here. I believe Mickey is down there and Donald is right there. So those are the 4 pins that came as part of that Amazon Funko box. They're all included. Over here I have 2 of the gifting pins. I purchased the one that had Aladdin front and center, and my surprise pin inside was a Boo, and they both have boxes. You can see a Boo has loaves of bread, a Boo, and Aladdin has the magic lamp. So very cute. Then I have another Box Lunch pin that is of Stitch with Scrump in Santa suit. It's either Box Lunch or Hot Topic, I forget at this point. Below that I have the pins that came with the gift card. If you buy a $100 gift card every year in the Disney parks, they have a pin exclusive that comes with it on certain gift cards, and I definitely got this one last year to have the Mickey in the window one, where he's in front of a bunch of snowflakes in the window. Really cute. I love last year's design. And And then these two are from this year. I have the Mickey and the Minnie version, and they are popping out of the chimney in their Santa suits. I also had the Goofy one, but I gave that to my friend, so it's not on my pin board. But I do have this open edition pin of Goofy right below that. So cute. I believe I also traded for this one as well. And then over here, I have a box lunch pin of Mickey and Pluto in ugly Christmas letters. That came from Box Lunch. Got that a couple years ago. This was a 20... Let's see if it tells you. I think it does say the date right there, 2018. This was the 2018 countdown calendar of Chippendale North Pole in front of a mailbox, and you can see that it does have different counters in the back. It keeps moving. It did say 12 days to Christmas left. I was trying to move it along, but you can basically change the counters in the back as needed to reflect the days. Now it says 13 days. And I love that. Then below that, I have one of the newest pins this year. This is actually going to go onto my tree, but I wanted to include it on the pin board for now. It's an ornament and a pin at the same time. So it's Disneyland Hotel 2020 with this nice sparkly front. And then if you open it up, it does reveal Mickey and Minnie in front of a gingerbread house. So I really love this whole look of the Gingerbread Castle, Mickey, Minnie, the candy canes. It's just really pretty. So had to go ahead and grab this while I could, and it's a limited edition size of only $12.50. Going below that, I do have, this is part of a series of pins released last year. They were kind of expensive and hard to get your hands on, but I did get this set, and I'm very happy that I do have it. It is the Fab Five around the Christmas tree, putting up ornaments. So you do have like the Christmas Carol theme one where you have Minnie, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto. And over here you even have Figaro. So that is actually really, really cute. All Christmassy, and these are all separate pins, but it just form this nice window if you put them together. So I do have it arranged like that, and this is the backer card that it originally came on. I'm going to go back top and then move down to see what I missed. Over here is the Christmas countdown calendar from last year. This was 2018's, this was 2019's, and it does say Christmas, 13 days of Christmas left, because I try to keep them all the same. This one has the castle in the middle, and then Mickey and Goofy are dressed up as Nutcrackers. Below that, I have this big centerpiece of this pin board using a Christmas card that I got from last year from one of my Christmas card exchanges. It says Merry and Bright and has Mickey and antlers and a whole like ornaments. I love that design. But these are all the Disney Store pins that were released 2 years ago, and it had an ugly Christmas sweater theming. You could either get the green and the yellow, or I think it was these two together and then these two together. And of course I bought both pin sets because I thought they were so much fun. So I got a peppermint candy Mickey and then a little ornament yellow Mickey. So these are the ugly Christmas sweaters that went with that as well. This is another pin that I got from my friend Christine. It says Merry Christmas, and it has Mickey and Minnie like holding two bells. I'm not really sure where she got this from, but there is a hidden Mickey in Minnie's bow. So that was cute. She's holding a present. He's holding a Santa outfit. If you guys can tell, I was really into this theming. And it does say it was a Tokyo Disney Resort pin, so not sure where she got this from, but I do love it, and I love Tokyo pins, so that is a nice, fun addition to my Christmas collection. This is a pin that was released last year. They had this whole like greeting card thing that you could open up a card and it could be a Christmas card as well as a pin. So I do have the card itself on here as a backer because I do like it. It does say don't get your tinsel tangled this holiday. Get it because the movie's Tangled. And it shows Rapunzel with a string of Christmas lights. So very darling and cute, and I love her pose here, so I had to include that on this board. I do have a Disney Christmas 2018 pin from Tokyo that I picked up myself. You can see it has Mickey and Minnie with a nice large red bow. It's got a nice red Mickey up here, some baubles, presents. I just love the dynamism of this pin, so definitely had to get that from Tokyo. I got it from a personal shopper, and I love it. This is another Christmas pin of Mickey and Pluto, and he's putting an ornament on the Christmas tree. You guys can see it is layered, so it's pin on pin, and the ornament that he's putting on is a Mickey head. Very fun. And this one is a Disney Parks as well. It was an LE size of 2,000 when this was released. Very cute. Above that, I have this Small World pin. There was a box that I got last year that had a bunch of these Small World pins, so I do have this one with all the different ornaments popping out of the Christmas tree, and then I also have this one, kind of like an Animal Kingdom type of theme, so I kept these 2 pins from that collection. That's everything down this side, so let me move further along. I do have this Pluto Nutcracker pin and the Mickey Nutcracker pin from that series of park pins that was released, and these are the ones that I kept. I think I traded for both of these, however, because the ones that I got I wasn't the biggest fan of, but it worked out that I was able to get both Mickey and Pluto, so that worked out nicely. This is a Christmas 2019 pin that was released on Christmas Day last year. Maybe it wasn't released Christmas Day, but it was released for the Christmas season, and it has Mickey holding a present out to Pluto in his doghouse. Love the theming and the snow. Had to include this on my board as well. And then this is a series of 3 alien pins that I got from Box Lunch last year. I happen to love them because they're all in Santa hats, and I love the green aliens. This is a Hong Kong Disneyland sticker that I got this year in a box from Hong Kong. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll put it above, but I got a fun box from a company that just debuted called Magical Pick Me Up, and one of the items they sent me was this one of the green alien holding the candy canes, and I thought that'd be a great addition to my pin board, so that's why the sticker is on there. Above that is one of the game pins that I got from Tokyo from Pins Break the Internet, and it's of Mickey and Minnie from the Christmas tree, so I love these little pins. They're kind of like a plasticky finish, but it's an actual pin on the back, and they're really fun. This is one of the pins that was released last year as well. It says Mistletoe Kisses, and it's got Lady and the Tramp embracing underneath a sprig of mistletoe, so that's pretty awesome. I love this pin. This pin was also from last year. It is a Daisy Duck pin from the Christmas Carol set of the puzzle pieces. This is the only one that I got, so I kept this one, and it's Daisy with a bunch of bows. Nice pretty touch. I traded for this one this year. This is a contemporary pin that was released from the Contemporary Resort last year, 2019. It does say 10th anniversary, and the reason I traded for this, you can see it has hidden Mickeys along the gold border, by the way. Give you a closer look. You can see it's got green and red, hidden Mickeys on top, and it kind of looks like a wreath. When you open this up, it's got like a fog stained glass window. You can see the fairy godmother is standing in front of a gingerbread replica of the castle, and kind of reminds you what you would see in the gingerbread displays in the Contemporary Resort. I thought that was so nice. I love the clock behind her. I do have a Cinderella collection, so this pin, just everything about it was just so stunning to me, and I was super excited to get a chance to trade for this earlier this year. Next to that, I have a couple of the Happy Holidays 2018 pins that were also released a couple years ago. They had a whole series of ones from the resort, so I did get the Disney All-Star one because I think I was staying at the All-Star Resort, so I decided to get the one that was at the resort that I was in, and it was Daisy and Donald Duck with a bunch of presents in their hands, and it's in the shape of an ornament, so that was kind of cute. And then I had to get Beach Club. I walked over there specifically from Epcot because I loved the pink on here, but specifically because it was the Ariel one. So you know that I needed to get my girl Ariel, and she's holding a purple present, and she's wearing a green dress. Looks so stunning. I love that pin. And the one that I'm getting from this year's release is one of Ariel too. I just had to get Ariel and Triton. Then I have this open edition Monsters Inc. pin. It's with Sully and Mike, and I got this from the outlet last year, so a nice fun addition. He's wearing antlers with the red Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer nose, and then he also has a Santa hat, so kind of a fun pin. This is a train pin that was released from Disney stores last year. It was open edition, or it might have been limited edition, but at any rate, limited release maybe. This pin I got after the season was over, and it was discounted to like $5 or something like that, so definitely gotta get it, had to get it, and I love that the actual train wheels move, so even more fun. This was a Disney Studio Store release. It's this low LE size, and they released it. I did get the Incredibles one because it was the only one that was left, to be honest, but I do like that it has all the holiday ornament lights all around here, and it's a nice family portrait of the Parr family. This is from the Snowman series this year. I did get the one of Dumbo, so that's on here, and then I also got the one of Cinderella as a snow girl. So I have both of them on this pin board. Then I have a couple of more treats over here. Is why it says I love holiday treats. That was another pin that came with this 4-pin set last year. It was this one, maybe this one, and then this one together. And then I also got the one with the sugar cookie because I love the sugar cookies as well. So I have a sugar cookie on here with the Minnie Mouse bow. I have this large candy apple one because I thought that was so adorable with the Santa hat. This is actually a Tiny Kingdom candy apple that I got last year from trading, and I'm really happy I was able to add that. Then I've got the one of the Mickey hot cocoa, and you can see the little sprig with holly and berry, and he's got a bunch of whipped cream on top of him. So cute. The I Love Holiday Treats. One has gingerbread on it and snowflakes and whatnot. Then I have a pin of Minnie drinking hot cocoa. Another fun addition. Below that, I have 3 of the hot cocoa pins that were released last year. These were so hard to get, these boxes, and I went through so much to get them, and I found out a website that did have it for sale, thank goodness. So I have Minnie Mouse, Mickey that I traded for, and then Pluto is one of the ones that I pulled. I actually have 2 of these, so I won as a trader, but it has all kinds of fun concoctions inside, lots of joy there. And then this marshmallow wand one was one of the ones that also came with one of these like 4 pin sets, so I do have a marshmallow Mickey as well. And then this was a release from this year. This was also released from this year. So Mickey with the snowman suit, and he has a bag and he's going to the chimney. And this one is Mickey and Minnie embracing under some mistletoe. And so very, very cute. They look very like skinny here too. But I had to include last year's pins on here as well. And I think I covered the bottom half of this pin board now. Then watching my footage, I forgot to talk about the Little Mermaid hot cocoa pin from last year as well, which I was able to trade for. So I have 4 of the hot cocos from last year. Woohoo! Up here I have one of the pins. This is actually Oliver, and this was one of the pins released from Box Lunch this year. I thought it was really cute that he's wrapped in a present, so had to get that. Adorable. They also had a Marie one and a different one released this year, but the ones that I got were that one, and then, of course, the one of Gus Gus, because I'm a big Cinderella fan. And then above here, this is the pin that I had to make sure I got this year. This is the Christmas countdown calendar version for this year. What I like about this one versus this one and this one, this says 2018 on it, this one says 2019 on it. This one, as far as I can tell, I've looked very closely, does not say any dates on it at all. It's also thicker than the other ones with the contraption they use in the back. It's an LE size of 4,000 on this. But you guys can see very closely, it does say whatever the counter timer is up here. You can change the dates and the numbers. But it says 4 days to Christmas, for example. But I don't see 2020. It's like they were smart and didn't put the year on here. So you can use this whenever. And I do like that it has the pink castle behind it, because both the castles this year are kind of pinkish now that they've changed the colorings on Cinderella's castle too. And Mickey is leading the sleigh with the reindeer. Just such a fun display. I had to get the countdown calendar pins. I always love these. These are $35 each, by the way. So you guys can see my pins can get very expensive because I already have 3 of them on my board alone. But just moving further up, I showed this. That was part of the Disney Studio Store. This is a tiny little soldiers pin that came from the Tiny Kingdom set. I was able to trade for that one as well. This is a Box Lunch pin of Mickey holding a candy cane and a little Santa bag. This, I believe, is also a Box Lunch or a Hot Topic pin of Minnie in a Santa suit. Above that is Judy Hopps, and she has a Christmas tree full of carrots. And she was one of the other Disney Studio Store pins that was released with the Toys for Tots. And I was able to get her as well. There is a benefit to living near that store before it went online. And my final pin on here is one of the stocking stuffer pins. I did originally have the other one that I had, which is basically the paint palette. I didn't have room, so I took it off because other than it saying something like a message that you can tell it's a Christmas pin. Same thing here. This one just says Meli Kaliki Maka, and it's kind of like a totem pole. So it's not my favorite Christmas pin, but it did come in my stocking stuffer set last year, so that's why it is on here. And that now concludes all of my actual Christmas pins that have made it onto my board. The only other one, I took it down here because it doesn't fit when I put it on my bed, but it hangs on the bottom of here. And it's basically a Happy Holidays 2019 pin, and it's another one of these ornaments that came out last year, and you can see it's Dumbo in the center. And if I swing it out, this is the Disneyland Hotel version that came out, and then the other one that I showed you was the Grand Californian one from last year that has Mickey on it. Right there. That's the one from the Grand Californian last year with Mickey and Minnie. So you had Mickey, Minnie, and Dumbo, and I have both of them. And again, that literally just sits right here. I just wasn't able to fit it with propping it on the bed, so it's hanging out. The last thing to show is my Frozen pin collection with this, and I did wrap it in washi tape, so I have some holiday cookie treats washi on top, and then some Princess Christmas washi that I got from Daiso this year. And these are all my Frozen pins in one place, which I pretty much keep to keep my daughter happy because she loves this movie. But you guys can see I have the Arendelle blue backpack that was released in the Disney Parks limited edition last year. I have Olaf, and he is dressed up as a Christmas tree, and there's a bunch of candy canes in front of him. Very, very cute. And this is just a sticker of Anna and Elsa, but this is a pin that was released from the Hot Topic Frozen box that came out last year, and I got the one of Anna and Elsa in their nice Frozen 2 outfits, so it looks very modern. This is one of the Disney Hugs pins, and they're embracing in front of some trees, so it looks very nice, and I love that. Sisterly love. Then I have the Disney Babies version of Anna and Elsa. You can get the doll version at the parks, and they have it in pin form, so that's Elsa, that's Anna. I have this open edition pin that I got via trade, and it's just of Elsa. This is one of the new pins that was released this year, and it is of Anna wearing a crown, and she's got some mountains behind her. I think she looks beautiful, so gorgeous. And I already had put this in my pin board, so it's not going to be part of my Disney haul, but I do like this pin a lot, and that's why I have the backer card to remind myself that it was a brand new pin this year. This is a Frozen 5th Anniversary Disney Studio Store surprise release pin that was released a couple years ago, and I was able to grab one of the 200 or so pins of it made. It's a very small LE size, so awesome little pin. This is another pin that was released last year of Elsa, and it's from the Frozen 2 movie release pins that were released. And I got the one of this one, so another Disney Studio Store release. Gorgeous little detail, and you look very, very close. It's kind of like a stained glass window type of effect. Below that I have, these are actually the first pins I ever owned. I got these from the outlet. It was a 4-pack set that I think I got for like $4 or something. But at any rate, it has Elsa, the Frozen Arendelle Castle, Olaf, and Anna, and I like that I have all 4, so I keep them there, and you guys can see close up it has Anna's signature, Olaf's name, and then over here it does say Elsa in that nice beautiful font as well, and she looks gorgeous in that picture actually. Then I have one of the nesting doll pins. This is the one of Elsa, so I did get that one for my daughter. This is a pin of Elsa that I got from I believe either Target or Walmart. They have a whole Disney pin section if you get close to the parks, and I got that from Florida. Then I have some more pins from the Frozen Hot Topic boxes that came out last year, and this is the one of Anna, looking very modern with her longer hair here in the purple coat, and this is the one of Sven. And then finally, you guys can see the rest of my pins right there. Finally, the centerpiece is the Arendelle Castle, and this is one of the castle pins released this year. And I just love the stunningness of this, so that's the interior of the castle. A very nice, vibrant pin. Had to include that with my Frozen collection, and that is pretty much the epitome of my winter pins and my Christmas. Alright, so that's it. That was my pin boards for 2020. You saw both my Christmas collection this year as well as my Frozen collection. I haven't really shown my Frozen pin collection all together in a really long time, so I wanted to see how that's grown. And it was fun to put that together as well. I thought that might be a nice compliment to my holiday pins for this year. So hope you guys enjoy this content, and you guys can see that my favorites among that are the jumbo pins. I love the countdown calendars, but the gingerbread pin, that's why I put it like center, because I love the gingerbread. That was like the best pin to come out in recent years, and I really, really love that pin. It's just really stunning work. So let me know what your favorite pin was in the comments below. This is a lot of fun to put together, and if you got any holiday pins this year that I didn't get, let me know which ones that I should look out for to add to my collection. Not that you guys have seen what's in my collection, but it was a lot of fun to do this, and I hope that you guys are also enjoying your pin collecting and pin trading and just pin looky-loos, whatever your activities might be regarding pins, because they are really expensive. Let me know about that as well, and I will talk to you guys soon in the next video. Thanks so much for your support. Talk soon. Bye!